Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Rakib Mazadi and my partner is Afif Daniel. In this video, I want to tell about completeness. First of all, I want to give the definition of management accession. Management accession are implied or expressed representation by management about classes of transaction and the related account and disclosure in the financial statement. Management further assert that all required disclosure related to cash are accurate and are understandable. Similar assertion exists for each asset, liability, own equity, revenue, and expense item in the financial statement. This assertion apply to classes of transaction, accounts balance, and presentation and disclosure. Management assertion are directly related to the financial reporting framework used by the company, usually use GAAP or IFRS. The Public Accounting Oversight Board, or we call PCAOB, describe 5 categories of management assertion. First is existence or occurrence, second is completeness, the third is valuation or allocation, and fourth is right and obligation, and the lastly is presentation and disclosure. PCAOB auditing standard include an overall assertion related to presentation and disclosure. International Auditing Standard and AICPA auditing standard provide 4 specific assertion that address occurrence and right and obligation, completeness, accuracy and valuation, and classification and understandability. The completeness assertion deal with whether all required disclosure have been included in the financial statement. As an example, the management assert that all material transactions with related party have been disclosed in the financial statement. Completeness under existing transaction are recorded. This objective deal with whether all transactions that should be included in the journal have been included. Failure to include a sale in the sale journal and general ledger when a sale occurs violate the completeness objective. This objective is the counterpart to the management assertion of completeness for classes of transaction. The occurrence and completeness objective emphasize opposite audit concerns. Occurrence deal with potential overstatement. Completeness deal with unrecorded transaction. It is important to distinguish between accuracy and occurrence or completeness. For example, if a recorded sale transaction should not have been recorded because the shipment was on consignment, the occurrence objective have been violated even if the amount of the invoice was accurately calculated. If the recorded sale was for a valid shipment but the amount was calculated incorrectly, there is a violation of the accuracy objective but not of the occurrence objective. The same relationship exists between completeness and accuracy. Completeness and the existing amount are included. This objective deal with whether all amount that should be included have been included. Failure to include an account receivable from customer in the account receivable trial balance when a receivable exists violate the completeness objective. This objective is counterpart to the management assertion of completeness for account balance. The existence and completeness objective emphasize opposite audit concerns. Existence deal with potential overstatement, but completeness deal with unrecorded amount. Table 6-5 illustrate the relationship among management assertion, the general balance related audit objective, and specific balance related audit objective as applied to inventory for Hilberg Hardware Co. Notice that there is a one-to-one relationship between assertion and objective, except for the valuation and allocation assertion. The valuation and allocation assertion has multiple objectives because of the complexity of valuation issue and the need to provide auditors with additional guidance for testing valuation. for table 6.6 included the management accession about presentation and disclosure related general presentation and disclosure related audit objective and specific audit objective for not payable for Hilberg Hardware Co. Okay, I will give to Afif to explain in real life case about completeness.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Afif Daniel and I will talk about the completeness in real life, which is an audit report that we also can say an accounting scandal. The firm involved is in Malaysia. It's about FINAS, which is National Film Development Corporation Malaysia. It was published by Bernama on 3rd December 2018. So let me summarize what really happened. So according to Auditor General Report 2017 Series 2, the failure was partly why FINAS was given contrary opinion for 3 consecutive years. Among the failure that happened were FINAS failed to record the value of property, plant and equipment that amounting to RM 19.28 million that were not recorded on their revaluation done by JPPH, which is Valuation and Property Services Department in 2015. This also involved land and building with a net value of RM 696,847 ringgit. It was not recorded and were not accounted separately. And the purchase of land and building in Kuching that worth RM 1.40 million also was not recorded. In the audit report also state that equipment and building at FINAS Digital Mixstage Studio in Hulu Kelang amounting to RM 18.15 million was also not recorded. To sum up a conclusion in this case, we can see that the term completeness can be seen in FINAS mistake and action, whereby they did not recorded all transaction and item in their financial statement, which can resulting to underestimated asset, balances of debtor or creditors, unearned advances or grants, and most important thing what FINAS did is it is not non-compliant with MPERS. The second real-life example is US Department of Defense audit report. It is about facility no one knew existed. There are instances report of bad or missing data about entire warehouses. That worth of parts came up more than once during the course of 2019 audit. Thomas Motley, the Undersecretary of Navy, said the Navy found something similar when its auditors began examining a facility in San Diego. So they actually started to investigate by counting back and understand where their stuff were. They found a warehouse that no one knew existed. It had $26 million worth of parts for the E2 and F-18 which not categorized and sit on any inventory system that they had in the Department of Navy. Once they were identified, they were able to requisition $19 million worth of parts to aircraft that were waiting for them and were down because they did not know they had those parts. Thus, it is a serious problem for them because it will impact their ability to perform in missions. So, this is a good example of completeness, where the US Department of Defense failed to locate and record all their warehouses inventories, which can cost them a lot of money to replace the undetected inventories back. To get and have a better understanding on completeness, let's watch a scene from 23:59 PM, a horror Singaporean movie. Do not be worried, there will be no jump scare.
Okay, recruits, listen up. Find your buddy. Put your left hand on his left shoulder.
Here. Here. Over here.
Okay, number off.
1, 2,
Get up! Come on, get up! What's going on?
I saw him! I saw him!
As you can see in the scene, the commander commanded his soldier to headcount themselves because it was dark in the forest and they might be lost and separated. There should only be 4 soldiers, but during the headcount, there are 5 soldiers. In completeness, all transactions and items must be included in the financial statements. As in the film, the commander knew that there should only be 4 soldiers. That's why he was surprised why there were 5 headcounts on them. As a conclusion to this topic, completeness assertion is a must in auditing. It is crucial because it helps auditors to be well prepared and alert with financial information and decision making when auditing. So thank you. That's all from us.
Heather, did you count heads?
11 including me. 5 boys, 6 girls, 4 parents, 2 drivers, and a partridge in a pear tree.